Ah, the Greenland shark. If the great white is the flashy, muscle-bound action hero of the seas, you're the slow-moving, ancient mystic of the ocean's icy depths. You're not in a rush to prove anything, mainly because you're cruising at a blazing speed of 1 mile per hour. You are now over 400 years old, 25 feet long giant. So, what is it really like to live as a Greenland shark? You were born as a live, fully formed shark, right into the icy waters of the Arctic Ocean. Your mother has probably already forgotten about your existence, leaving you to fend for yourself. Thanks, Mom. Really warms the heart. But there's no time for therapy or writing an angsty memoir about parental abandonment. The North Atlantic is no daycare. It's survival of the fittest, and spoiler alert, you're not the fittest. You're barely the squishiest. At just 15 inches long, you're basically the oceanic equivalent of a snack pack. When you're not dodging death, you're scavenging. Tiny crustaceans, bits of algae, and the occasional chunk of decayed fish make up your gourmet menu. You're not exactly dining at the Ritz, but it keeps your tiny body moving. Barely. You spend your days in a delicate balance of starvation and anxiety, which, come to think of it, is basically college but colder. While your peers, like the flashy orcas or the drama-filled great whites, are out there living it all, you're mastering the art of the slow grind. Your growth rate is laughable, a solid half-inch per year. But no worries, you got time. In fact, time is your secret weapon. You'll eventually outlive everyone you've ever met and their descendants. Your patience is unmatched, which makes sense when you're essentially the Dumbledore of the ocean. Except you don't meddle in everyone's business. Eventually, you hit the shark equivalent of puberty at around 150 years old. Yes, you heard that right. Humans have midlife crises. You have mid-ice crises. But seriously, you're still just shuffling through life, eating leftovers and avoiding predators like the occasional sperm whale. Romance? Not yet. You're still figuring things out. Also, you're not exactly the most charismatic fish in the sea. Your flesh has the same intoxicating aroma as a rotting landfill marinated in ammonia. But hey, in the right light, or darkness, you might be someone's cup of tea. Eventually. Anyway, fast forward 50 years, and you're officially middle-aged. At 6 feet long, with a face that suggests you've seen some things, you're not exactly the predator of your dreams, but at least you're not this guy. Your vision's not great, thanks to some freeloading parasitic crustaceans that are living on your eyes, but at least you've still got the element of surprise. Mostly because everyone assumes you're just a really old log. Finally, you are ready for some love. Greenland sharks are famously private about their dating habits, so much so that scientists are still guessing how you guys even pull it off. No one knows for sure. All we have are theories, and even those are more guesswork than science. What's clear is that these rendezvous, however they happen, are rare. Greenland sharks don't rush into anything, not even existence. You're busy. Well, existing, that's kind of your whole thing. There's really not much we know about your life other than that it's slow and long. That's just how you exist. Should have chosen a more well-studied animal. Never get those 8+ minutes. Oh well, let's just continue. Anyway, fast forward one more time and now you are over 400 years old. The ocean feels like your kingdom now, though it's less a glamorous throne and more of a soggy beanbag chair. At least you've become a fine dining expert. Fine is relative, of course. A partially deflated squid? Exquisite. A chunk of walrus that washed down from a distant ice flow? Decadent. That time you found a whole polar bear? Legendary. You've survived wars, revolutions, the rise of disco, and humans landing on the moon. Somewhere out there, a younger shark is just starting its journey, and you're okay with that. Besides, who else can say they've had polar bear for dinner?